Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. So today I am going to be talking about why your Kswap potentially could be overheating, or why is it not cooling like it's supposed to. Give you guys kind of like an idea based on my experience and other people that I've helped out. So let's jump right into the video. So starting out, it is clear that Kswaps or K series, K24s, K20s, they tend to run a little hot, and when bleeding it's a little bit complicated because air bubbles get to get stuck in there, and that's something that I feel that it could be hurting you guys as well. So that's one possibility of why that could be happening. If you're running heater, of course, it is best to obviously have the fan blowing high and have it at hot setting. So have it at maximum blowing on the fan, and then have it hot on the hot setting. That way the heater cord can get all that liquid flowing in there, all that cooling and flowing back. So that's something else if you guys are not aware of. Also, so a lot of people that eliminate it, so you don't have to worry about that. But the radiator plays a crucial part, and that's something else that I'm going to get into it. A lot of people decide to run like a single, just a half size radiator. If you're about to do that, make sure you put a really good darn fan in it to help it dissipate heat, because otherwise it is not going to work. I had that issue on this one right here. I had a Mishimoto Kswap half size radiator, but it was really thin, probably like a single or dual. It wasn't even that like hefty, with a crappy Mishimoto fan, and it was essentially like, I think it was like 900 CSFMs, and it was not moving, it was not dissipating heat whatsoever. So I will overheat all the time, especially in the summer. I was overheating like crazy, so I ended up upgrading. But if you do find a half size and you pair it up with a good fan, I feel like you're gonna be fine in that aspect. It's not gonna dissipate heat as much as a full size. So a full size, obviously downsize to it robs you of power. It robs you of space, sorry. And if you're running AC on these ones that obviously did not come with a full size, it could be a little bit more challenging having to finesse AC on it. But I don't think it's something impossible, because obviously the Integra has AC, and it's something that I guess could be challenging, but it could be done. So that's something else in there. Also, your thermostat. A lot of people like to not run the thermostat, but I like to run my thermostat because I like to keep everything like it's supposed to be running. A lot of people have issues with the thermostat. The plastic OEM one seems to be kind of faulty sometimes. So it all depends. It's a pain sometimes for them to open. It can take a while. A solution that I have for that, which you don't have to, it's completely optional, but it has worked out for me, as you can take your thermostat and drill a couple MPT holes in it, 1/8 MPT, to help the coolant bypass quicker. That way it can open up the thermostat quicker, allowing the coolant to flow immediately. So that's another option. You don't have to. I have it on my EG and I have it on this, and it's been working for me really well, especially here in Florida, which in the summers it gets really scorching. So that's another option for you guys right there. Another option could be a lot of people overlook this one. It's the sensor right in there, and that's the cylinder head 10 sensor. A lot of times when those are going bad, it can send a lot of missed signals to the ECU, and it can mess up all your temperatures as well. Essentially, that's the one that the ECU goes off when it's giving you the reading, if you're looking at it through like a phone, or with the Bluetooth capabilities of K-Tune or K Pro. And that could also be something that a lot of people overlook that can be hurting you. I had somebody telling me that the car's overheating and the temperatures are weird. Keep in mind, he was running 85 as well, and that kind of like, it's a little different too. But I told him to swap that out. He swapped it with a good known one, and it helped fix his issue. So that's something else to check for you guys. And yeah, just make sure that you don't have air bubbles in there. Bleed it really well. What I like to do is jack it nose high as possible, and then just go through the motions. You know, it could be annoying. And then I always touch the bottom hose. You know, once it gets super hot, you know, that's on, the thermostat's on its way to opening it. But I know a lot of people do not run thermostats, especially in hot places. But I like to run my thermostat. I like to keep everything running stock OEM and just how it's supposed to be, and I have no issues whatsoever with it. I did have issues with the stock one that it brought in there, and it was faulty, but I ended up replacing it. But yeah, those are a couple tips to help you guys if you guys are overheating, or you think you might be overheating, or something's off. Just check those and make sure that all those align. And then the last thing is, if you keep overheating and everything seems to be checking out, you probably have a bubble stuck in there, or you have probably a defective head gasket that could be causing that. So that's another concern in there as well for you guys. Also, water pump plays a huge part. So if your water pump, you haven't replaced it, you don't even know what's the status on the one that you currently have, make sure to maybe check that out as well. That could be also something that is hurting you in that sense. But yeah, just wrapping everything up real quick. You know, radiator plays a huge part. Fan plays a good part. Don't cheap out on it. Thermostat, if you're running or not, plays a huge part. The way you have your lines routed plays your upper and low rad plays a huge part on it as well. Air bubbles stuck inside. Cylinder head temp sensor plays a huge part as well. And yeah, making sure that your head gasket is also how it's supposed to be. You can do a leak down test if you believe that it might be the head gasket to rule that out or not. But yeah, those are quick, simple little tips and things to check out if you guys are experiencing overheating. So I'm not going to drag this video longer than what it is. I always try to have my videos 10 minutes or so that way I can get my ads and stuff in there. But yeah, those are little tips on how to help you guys out if you guys are experiencing heating issues on your Kswap.